Hey folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam, and normally JT is here with me, but he has had to take a hiatus, and we're absolutely going to let him do that. He's a hard-working dude, and we appreciate all the time that he does spend with us on the channel, but sometimes he's got stuff he has to take care of. So he's certainly doing that, and we appreciate it. We're looking forward to when he comes back. What I'm doing here, though, is I'm going to give you my top 5 games from the year 2005 and the years 2006. Now, JT and I went all the way back to 2007, and that was about the end of, according to JT, that was about the end of his ability to make good lists. He can probably make a list, but he usually wants to talk more about games that he feels are really, really good rather than just having those very strict parameters. So I figured since he's not able to be here this week, I'm going to give it a whirl. So I looked at 2006 and I was like, well, maybe I'll do 2005. I looked at 2005 and I was like, wow, that's really shallow waters. But without further ado, let's get to my top 5 games from the years 2005 and 2006. Let's hit it. All right, my number 4 comes in a box that's about this big and maybe that deep, and it has a whole bunch of dice in it and a few cards. It's called Age of War from Fantasy Flight. This one came out in 2006, and if you want a kind of like a pub dice game that you can just play as you're waiting for your food to arrive or you're just hanging out with some friends at a table, this is the perfect dice game for that. It has a lot of cool things that are going on. It's basically a set collection type of game because you are going to be able to score points with all of the different castles that you are able to conquer with your dice rolls. But if you can collect the entire set of those castles, you get to flip them down and nobody can take them from you anymore. And once all of the castles are out, whoever scores the most points is the winner. So this is a really fun game. It's got really nice dice, etched dice that are colored so that the insides of those etchings aren't going to rub off. And the cardstock is good, not the best, of course, but it's great. It's good enough. It's linen finished, and it's got a neat little fun theme on it as well. Age of War has been one that I've kept around for a very long time. Came out in 2006. It's my number 5. Number 4 is one that I have talked about ad nauseum, especially for some people. I really toyed with making this my number 2 because that would have been a really funny, punny poop joke. But the poop jokes flow endlessly when you play Pecunia Non Ole, and that is why it's on my list. This one came out in 2005. It's a 20-year-old game, and quite frankly, the components are showing its age, but it's such a fun game, and the mechanisms are really simple. Once you put you have your base. Okay, the whole gist of the game is that it's Roman times, and you have basically an outhouse, a public outhouse that you're trying to get people through, and you score points based on people who have come through, and when they come through, they're going to spend a number of rounds in your outhouse for how many logs they have to drop. And other people can play cards on you, like, bad fish, and adds 2 more logs to the person that and that kind of stuff. So it's really sophomoric. It is very funny, though. I can't tell you the amount of poop jokes that have come out playing this. It's definitely not going to be for everybody because some people just don't like enjoying fun. But this is a very fun. I played it once years and years ago at a MeepleCon before it became Dice Tower West, and it was a pursuit to make sure I procured one of those games, and I have, and I will never get rid of it. Just a really fun game. Pecunia Non Ole, known as the poop game. My number 3 is a game called Cleopatra and the Society of Architects. Now, this one got a very large facelift just a couple of years ago, but it does hail from the year 2006, and the copy that I have on my shelf is that original 2006 version. it's just one of those games that I've enjoyed a lot of things. The component quality was just banging. Has a great table appeal, great aesthetic appeal. It's one of the few games in my collection where the box is actually used as part of the game, and you're basically building the courtyards and the temples around the palace, Cleopatra's Palace, and it's just a really fun resource management game that you're using to build these different statues and obelisks and putting down different mosaic tiles on the courtyard. You also have to manage the level of corruption that the architects that you're employing are using, and you can kind of get really hit hard if you're not careful with how much corruption you're taking. But it's just a fun game. Great theme, great looking box, great looking artwork on the inside, great storage solution on the inside as well. Something Days of Wonder always kind of knocked out of the park. But this is one that has always been on my shelf ever since I procured it. I'm not going to get rid of it probably unless I replace it with that really nice version that has come out here recently. But that's my number 3, Cleopatra and the Society of Architects. My number 2 is a game in which I have always quoted Monty Python over and over and over and over and over, and we have a blast every time it hits the table. This one's called Shadows over Camelot, another Days of Wonder game. This one came from 2005. And basically each player is going to take on the role of a knight of Camelot, and it is a semi-cooperative game because there is the possibility that one of you is a disloyal knight, a traitor, and that's not known until people start doing crazy stuff that you think they shouldn't be doing, and you accuse somebody and you find out, wow, that accusation was correct, and if it wasn't correct, well, crap. Now we have to add more dark swords to the round table. It's just a really fun cooperative, basically, style game where you are trying to ward off the Picts and the Saxons. You're trying to find the Holy Grail. You're trying to defeat the Red Dragon, and then you're also trying to protect Camelot from the siege engines that are rolling against it. It's a really fun game. I've really enjoyed it so much. That's my number 2, Shadows over Camelot. My number 1 also hails from the year 2005, and this one is called Mission Red Planet. Mission Red Planet did get a second edition not too long ago, but it does hail from the year 2005 originally, and one of the only, it got a component upgrade basically with the second edition. They changed a couple of minor rules. It's really largely the same game, but I've really enjoyed this one over the years so much. It's a simultaneous action selection game where you're going to be sending astronauts in rocket ships up to Mars, and then once they reach Mars, it becomes an area control game where you're trying to control different areas of the board, mine the different resources that are in the strata of Mars, and get points from them. And then by the end of the game, you're also going to be having some regional bonuses or not bonuses based on cards that are up there around the board. There's the little Phobos, one of the moons of Mars that's made into the game as well. And you can actually drop troops from Phobos onto any region on Mars. There's just a lot of really cool stuff that's going on with this game, and I've just really enjoyed it over the years. It's one of those things that just really been fun. So that's my number 1, Mission Red Planet from the year 2005, and I didn't realize this until after I finished making my list, but I had exactly 5 games from 2005 and 5 games from 2006. So this is truly a Venn diagram list, so to speak, from that. So I do appreciate you being here with me, though. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already watched it, I did do my bottom 5 over on the Dice Tower. There's a link in the description below for you to go check that out. So do that, and we'll see you guys and gals right here on the flip side. Take care.